Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been really a while since I've actually shared a video on 3D rigging with you guys. Maybe I think this is the first time I'm actually doing a tutorial on 3D rigging. So here we are. So I'm not gonna waste much time, so let's straight away go on to the topic which you're actually going to see today. For example, as you can able to see in my scene, it's a very basic scene, and I'm going to use a very popular and very important tool in Maya when it comes to rigging and animation. It's called the set driven key. Okay, well actually the name itself, it says driven key. Since the menu set in Maya, it says set then driven key, people call it set driven key. Sometimes people refer to it as SDK. Okay, not software development kit. The animators, when they say it, they actually mean set driven key, SDK. Okay, so here we are. So in this scene, what I'm actually trying to do is, my motto is, when I actually rotate this lever, okay, for example, hang on a second, what happened? Okay, so that's a limit. Just 1 second. Okay, when I actually going to rotate this guy in this way, okay, I need these two doors to open at the same time. For example, this is a handle and these two doors are automatically opening when I actually rotate this. Okay, so I'm gonna just get you through step by step how to do it. First of all, before we start this exercise, there are some prerequisites that you guys need to know about. This is not a beginner level, this is an intermediate lesson in 3D Maya. For example, I'm not going to talk about grouping. So I believe the people who are actually looking at this tutorial know about how to group objects in Maya. For example, this guy right here, these are individual objects, right? But actually, when I press the up arrow button, you can see here it says lock L1, which is a group. Okay, if you go to outliner, I have 4 groups, group 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so Control G is the shortcut key in order to create a group in Maya. So please refer to some other references so that you can able to know about how to group objects. Okay, it's not inside the scope of this tutorial, so I'm actually going to skip how to group. Right, so in this scene I have one individual object that actually has a name wheel, and I have 3 different frames, which is dummy objects. As you can see, I did not even name them properly because I don't care what they are, just for their looking purposes. And I have 4 groups. I showed you as you can see in here in outliner, lock L1, L2, R1, R2. R1 stands for right 1, right 2, left 1, left 2. 4 groups. Okay, that's it. So as I said before, we are actually going to rotate this in this way. When it completes 360 degree, which is 1 full rotation mathematically, so these doors should open. Okay, let's address the first. Let me just zero this out. Let's actually see what's the problem now. When this door opens, based upon the scene, actually the door rotates by its center, which is wrong. The people who actually know the pivot point in Maya might have figured out the problem already. It's very simple, meaning the center point of this object is actually at the center. For this purpose, we have to actually move the center point. In Maya, we call it pivot point to its sides. For example, a door opens this way. For example, the door has its attachment somewhere here in the hinge. Okay, we call it a door hinge. So we're gonna actually move it. If you press W, as you can see, it's right at the center. So our job is to move this center point to somewhere here so that the door opens in the way that it usually opens. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna press insert key in your keyboard, insert. When you actually insert, you can see the pivot point actually is changes, I mean the gizmo changes. Now you're allowed to move the center point. Okay, so try to be as precise as possible, but there is no need for you for this particular exercise to be 100% precise. Just keep it maybe, okay, this way helps you. Okay, just not too far, not too long, just right there. All right, once you are done, once you're happy with the position, make sure that you come out of the pivot editing mode, which is insert again. Okay, so now if you go back and see the door open this way. Okay, this is what exactly we want for this particular exercise. So the thing is, I'm gonna quickly do the same thing to this guy. Go to this here, insert button, move this all the way to the side. Okay, insert again. All right, come back here and check whether it works properly. Yes, of course it works. Okay, now before you start anything, make sure everything is in 0. As you can see, translate, Y, rotate, everything is in 0 to avoid the problems that you might rise. For example, calculation gonna be a problem. From 0, it's easy to calculate. As you can see, minus 57, I can clearly see. Just imagine if this object is already in minus 12. So from minus 12, when I move it, it adds or decline from that value. So it's gonna be really tough to calculate what the initial point is. So it's always better to ensure that all the objects that you have selected in the scene are zeroed out, so that you don't have to have a calculation issue. Right, and one more thing for this particular exercise, in order for you to easily understand, I'm gonna switch off the grid so that will just give you a clear view. Okay, so now let's get straight to the point. This guy, okay, there are two things in set driven key. By the way, let me show you quickly how to reach set driven key option in Maya. This is Maya 2016, by the way. Make sure that you guys are in animation mode. When you are in animation, you can able to see different menu sets here. Go to key, set driven key, set. Okay, set. Once you set, this is the main window that you usually get. Okay, there are two aspects in set driven key. One is driver, other one is driven. Okay, consider a car. If you are driving a car, you actually drive the car, which means you become the driver, right? And when you turn the steering of the car, your tires, the front tires of the car turns, which means you control the tires. So tires are driven by you, or in other words, the whole car is driven by you. So which is, there are two aspects. One is a driver, other one is a driven. So driver is the one who is actually going to act first. For example, a car cannot turn itself. First you have to react, you have to turn the car, in turn the car will turn. You know what I mean, right? So the thing is, in our scene, our motto is to turn this guy, so this turning effect eventually will affect these doors to open, correct? Like Tomb Raider movie, whatever. Okay, so now we have to decide which one is driver. As I said, consider the whole situation as a car. This is a driver, so I'm gonna say load driver. So the wheel is going to be the one which is going to control the doors. Simple. Okay, so now the door, this door, okay, I have already named it properly. Make sure that you guys name the models so that you will not have a problem. Now I have named it door right. So when I actually load driven, this window actually represents when the wheel does something, whatever it does, according to it, the door will perform something. This is what we have actually set it up now. So now we have to decide what happens to this should affect this in which way. For example, zero it down. Right, so now this guy, just rotate this. When I rotate this, just take a look at here. Take a look at here. Can you see which one is the only option which is affecting now is rotate in Z axis, which is Z axis. So meaning I am actually going to work this out in Z axis. So the human, we actually mathematically know 360 degree is one full rotation for any object. So what I'm gonna do now is when the rotate Z, right, I have to select rotate Z because that's the only axis which is going to rotate. When this rotate in Z axis, what will this happen? So this will open, just watch here please. So that will open up in rotate Y. So I need to select rotate Y. So we have already selected the whole thing. When the wheel rotate in Z axis, the door will do something in rotation of Y axis. Simple. Okay, now let's put up the value. First of all, make sure it's in rotate Z, which is selected here, which is 0 here. This is a driven object. Rotate Y, make sure the rotate Y is 0. This is the starting position. So I'm gonna say key. This is the first key. Okay, now let me rotate this to the end position, which is 360. So I'm gonna type 360. Oops. Okay, and this I'm gonna go to too much. Okay, maybe -115. Okay, this is enough. I'm gonna just select key. So what happens now is, as you can see, oh sorry, it should be in the same angle. Okay, as you can able to see, when I actually rotate Z, right, when I rotate this happens. So when I actually zero it out, full close, when I actually make it -360, full open. Okay, we successfully animated one automatic door according to the movement of this. So doing the other one is as easy as 1 2 3. Just follow the same things. Load driver, select this guy, load driven. Okay, it's gonna be the same thing. Wheel rotate Z, right? If I'm not sure, just check it out. Yes, rotate Z. So this guy, maybe the axis will differ. For example, yes, instead of Y minus, it actually works in positive direction because this door was working in minus, this is in positive for obvious reasons. Okay, I cannot explain from preliminary level. Hope you guys understand why it is. So now so what I'm gonna do now is, when this guy is 0, when this guy is rotate, which direction is it? Oops, sorry. Y. Okay, so rotate Y. Initial position key. When this guy goes to -360, oops. Okay, when this guy needs to go to 115. I have given -115 for the other door. I'm just giving the positive value for this door, and I'm gonna set key. So when you actually go back to this, as you can able to see, this is what happens. Simple as that. Okay, when this guy is in 0, okay, both the doors are closed. Watch here. When I move this, when I actually rotate this, when it reaches -360, the doors, both of the doors opens completely. Okay, all right, so -360. All right, so click here, middle click, you know, drag and drag so that you can able to animate this. All right, so we have actually done this. Now quickly, now you got the idea, right? You can apply this driver and the driven concept in possibly many ways. For example, this guy over here, for a fancy item, I've actually achieved my goal, but in here, in order to make it more dramatic, I have 1 2 3 4 items, for example. Okay, lock 1, lock 2, R1, R2. So now when I actually rotate this into 360, I need this guy to move down a bit. For example, let me just show you quickly. Okay, so zero it out. Okay, so I'm gonna put this as a driver because this is going to control this. Okay, instead of selecting here in the scene, go ahead and select the group load driven. Okay, lock L1, that's the name of the group. So what I'm going to do is same thing. This is going to rotate in Z. Okay, and this guy, just check what it happened. Just check how it actually works. When I move down, watch here. When I move down, it actually moves in. Okay, -4, -4.2. Okay, -4.2. All right, 0. Okay, -4.2 is what I need. So when it is in 0, and this is translate y, right? Translate y, yes. Gonna be translate y. Okay, so now key, that's the first position. The next one is when it actually goes to rotate EZ -360, this guy going to move to -4.2. Key again. Now if you go back, you can test. Ooh, that door hinge also moves. It adds more dramatic feeling, you know what I mean? So the thing is, zero it out. So same thing, rinse and repeat. Okay, now this time it's going to be, okay, for example, this is moving in the same direction, right? So this has to move in the same direction, -y. So I'm gonna select this as a driver, and I'm gonna select, this should be, yes, lock R1 load driven. Okay, so when I actually, first of all, it's 0, this is 0, rotate Z, and this is translate Y, correct? Key, now this guy -360 and lock right 1 need to move -4.2. Yep, key again. So here we are, E, when you rotate it, ooh, those two things works together. Okie doke. So now we have got these two guys together. Now you don't have to do it individually, because for example, left 2 and right 2 is going to move in the same direction, which is going to be +y, if I'm not wrong. Okay, so what you can able to do is you can load this guy as driver and load lock 2 and right 2, I mean left 1 and right 1 as driven. Can you see here both of it? But make no mistake, guys, the thing is, just check, as you can see, this value here, positive direction. And let's do one thing. Let's find out what's the maximum level these guys are coming up. For example, this is the maximum limit in -360, and how much the guy should reach to reach here is 3.9. yes, 3.9. okay, find that value, Control Z. Okay, so I'm gonna just do this 3.9, just remind that 3.9. When the wheel moves in -z as usual, okay, these two guys, select both of them, click and drag, select both of them, or select this and shift select another one. Make sure both of them are selected, very important. Okay, both of them are selected. When the wheel moves in rotate Z, lock left 2 and right 2 should move in translate Y. Okay, key, this is number 1 position, right? When this hits oops, make no mistake, guys, 1 axis, -360, these two guys, okay, lock 2 right 2, okay, W they move here. Okay, I think I just made a little mistake here, but it's fine. Okay, key. All right, so if you actually go back E, when you actually rotate this guy, several things happens at the same time. First of all, two doors open, and there are, it looks like more robotic and mechanical door because these hinges, okay, actually work together with the door, so it looks more natural and dramatic. Okay, one mistake I actually made in this tutorial is, as you can able to see, there's a position difference, this guy and this guy. Okay, as you can see here, it actually touches, and here there's a gap. Okay, well, the thing is, concept remains the same. Okay, maybe the translation, or I did not zero it out, this particular group. Okay, that might be the error happened, but you know the idea, I'm pretty much sure. Okay, so this is how it actually works, guys. So zero it, set driven key, so here it is. All right, you can be able to just do this for many other occasions. For example, one particular I'll give you another idea. When this guy is here, for example, this is driver and these two doors are driven. When this guy comes towards the door, these two doors needs to open. You know what, piece of cake, you can able to do it. For example, this is translate, just look at here, translate X. So in this example, if this is translate X, and when it reaches translate X value nearly 4, these two doors need to rotate in, for example, yes, Y axis. That's it. Okay, so this is going to be the driver and these two guys going to be the driven. Okay, so it's up to your imagination. You can able to do magic with set driven key, and this concept is used widely when it comes to animation and rigging. Okay, so hope this tutorial helps you to understand the basic concept behind the set driven key and Maya. So in the future, I will try my level best to bring you guys more clear examples if I have the time. Okay, so meanwhile, if you have any doubts, please just share it with me in the comment section, and please visit my channel. Well, I know I'm a newbie, I don't have much things in my channel, but I'm trying to explain as simple as possible to the learners of Maya and other 3D applications. Anyway, thanks for you listening, and have a nice day, guys, and all the very best with your animation and rigging, and take care of yourself. All right, bye now, bye bye.